December the 1st, 1948, 6:30 a.m. On a quiet beach in Australia, a man is found dead. He had no wallet, no ID, no keys. And strangest of all, every single label on his clothing had been carefully cut off. The police fingerprinted him. Nothing. They circulated his photo worldwide. No one claimed him. He was a ghost. But he had a secret. Hidden in a tiny sewn-in pocket of his trousers was a scrap of paper with 2 Persian words. Tamam Shud. It means, it is ended. Today, we unseal the file on the Somerton Man, the spy who died in the cold. This is Dark Files Unsealed. The autopsy only deepened the mystery. The man was physically fit, with the leg muscles of a dancer or a runner, but his organs were congested, his spleen 3 times its normal size. The pathologist was convinced the man had been poisoned, but they ran every test available in 1948. Arsenic, cyanide, strychnine, all negative. The poison was either unknown to science or it decomposed immediately after death. It was the perfect murder weapon. 6 weeks later, a breakthrough. A brown suitcase was found in a locker at the Adelaide railway station. It had been checked in the day before the body was found. Inside were clothes, and again the labels were removed, except for 3 items marked Keen. But there was no Keen missing in any database. It was a false lead. They also found a stenciling brush and a modified knife. Tools of a merchant seaman or a spy. Police traced the words Tamam Shud to a very specific book. The Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, a collection of 12th century Persian poems about living life to the fullest because death is inevitable. Police launched a nationwide search for the book from which the scrap was torn. Incredibly, a man came forward. He had found a copy of the Rubaiyat tossed into the back seat of his car, which had been parked near Somerton Beach around the time of the death. The police checked the last page. The words Tamam Shud were torn out. The paper scrap matched the tear pattern perfectly. But the book held a darker secret. Under UV light, faint pencil indentations appeared on the back cover. 5 lines of capital letters. It looked like a code. Intelligence agencies, including naval intelligence, tried to crack it. They failed. To this day, the Somerton Code remains unsolved. Cryptographers believe it's a one-time pad cipher used by spies during the Cold War. If you don't have the key, it is mathematically impossible to break. The Somerton Man took the key to his grave. There was one more clue on the book cover. A phone number. Police traced it. It belonged to a nurse named Jessica Thompson, who lived just 400 meters from where the body was found. When police interviewed her, she was evasive. She admitted she owned a copy of the Rubaiyat, but gave it to an army lieutenant named Alf Boxall in 1945. Police assumed the dead man was Alf Boxall, until they found Alf Boxall alive and well in Sydney, and he still had his copy of the book. When police showed Jestin the plaster bust of the dead man's face, she reportedly looked away and nearly fainted. She denied knowing him, but the detectives didn't believe her. Rumors swirled. Was he a Soviet spy? Was Jestin his contact? Or was he a former lover who came to say goodbye to her and their secret child? Jestin had a son, Robin. Experts later noted that Robin shared rare genetic traits with the Somerton Man, specifically missing lateral incisor teeth and a unique ear shape. The odds of sharing both are 1 in 20 million. For 70 years, he was nameless. But in 2022, science finally caught up. Professor Derek Abbott exhumed the body and used advanced DNA genealogy. He found a match. The Somerton Man was likely Carl Webb, an electrical engineer from Melbourne. He was a loner. He liked poetry, and he was estranged from his wife. The identification answers the who, but not the why. Why did Carl Webb travel to Adelaide? Why did he cut the labels off his clothes? Why did he have a code in his book? And why did he die of an undetectable poison near the home of a woman who almost fainted when she saw his face? We know his name, Carl Webb. But the code remains unbroken. The poison remains unidentified. And the relationship with the nurse remains a secret. He came to the beach to die. He orchestrated his own erasure, and in doing so he ensured that while his life ended, his story never would. Tamam Shud. It is ended. Or is it? The file is closed, but the code is still waiting. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Dark Files Unsealed for more mysteries.